Well, it comes down to this. A defining moment to finish season 3 is the National League playoff final, and this is going to be series defining. Yes, hello, and welcome to part 26 of the Tudor Times from Hemel Hempstead Town with me, Daniel. We're back with our FM22 One Club story, and this is the event that no one expected. 6th v 7th, the two sides that snuck into the playoffs on the final day of the league season. Us on goals scored, courtesy of Aldershot losing out late against Eastleigh and dropping behind us on goals scored. It is an insane position to be in. 6th place Wrexham, 7th place Hemel Hempstead Town. Wembley Stadium is the venue, the 12th of May is the date, and the cold, wet and windy conditions is the classic British summertime we were all expecting. So if you're looking forward to that and seeing us trying to complete a remarkable turnaround this season, please do put a thumbs up on it. Subscribe down below for daily FM22 content from 2 long-term stories. It's hotting up at the head coach as well. You can find that playlist up in the eye above. There's a link to the Twitch channel for regular live streams too. If for any reason you missed the last episode from this one, please do catch up with it. The last 2, in fact, they're insane. With 20 minutes to go of the regular league season, we were planning our summer transfer work. Then Eastleigh saved the day against Aldershot. They had nothing to play for. They could have just folded, but they equalised. The pressure got to Aldershot, and on goals scored, we made it to the playoffs. Since then, we've rediscovered last season's defensive form. 2 clean sheets, 2 stunning away performances. And now we head to the National Stadium, where in Season 1, in the FA Trophy final, we had great success. David Gregory was the hero in the semi-final here. He was the hero in that final. Are the stars aligning for him again? We're going to go and find out in a moment. I very quickly, for those of you that were here last time will know, have to talk about fitness. What we've been trying to do this week to keep everyone rested. If we go and have a look at the training calendar, looks pretty uneventful. 2 days of training as a semi-pro side, some match practice, and mostly tactical and overall work, rather than anything individual, anything physical, fitness-wise. We've stuck to our sort of general principles. What we have done though, which will have affected the first Wednesday session, is rested most of this squad for 3 days. And thankfully, a lot of those fitness worries have gone away with that. We don't really want to rely on our backup players, because outside the first 15 odd players in this squad, it's not really strong enough to compete at a top level. We have, though, got one crisis today. Henry Oshieng, bit of a star for us most of the season. He is out, twisted his ankle the week of the final. He is declining anyway. He's 25. He goes away on international duty and comes back unfit. Is he a player we can keep relying on? I'm not sure. It will probably depend on whether we go up or not, because at the moment, he's refusing to sign a new deal. Of course, Marsh Brown is a long-term casualty. He got injured early doors in the run-in. We've got a few players on trial just to bolster the training squad while we had so many out. So we've still been able to get match practice into some of them. We're still in pretty decent condition given the situation we're in. And with a small squad and a small pool of players we've got to rely on, I am so hopeful that we can deliver again. Probably the first season with Hemel we've had any real injuries. We've not had tons of them, but the first time we've had serious injuries to players who aren't injury prone. Now let's go and prepare for Wrexham, because they finished 6th. They snuck in the final day as well. They weren't in a great position or having a great season. However, they've bounced back in a very different way. 2 penalties victories, which of course means they've gone all the way. They've played 120 minutes. That might be helpful for us. Though they've had an extra day to recover on both occasions. They played Wednesday, Saturday. We played Thursday, Sunday. So they've had 8 days off. The holy grail for FM. We've only managed to have the 7, but ironically they snuck in on other results as well, because they lost on the final day against Swindon. It's a really unique situation where 6th and 7th play off in the final. Both of them snuck in despite final day defeats. It's something you don't expect, but this is the position we're in. I wanted to very quickly show you the inbox screen that we glanced past, because weirdly, we've got our budgets before the final. So if we go up to League 2 next season, is that not going to change? Because surely we're in a better position now. The budgets have gone up slightly, but I want to try and avoid spending. Because you know me, I like to find free agents, I like to find cheap younger players, and we need to go pro as quick as possible. That's the moment that will change this save, whether we're National League or in League 2. But to find out the answer to that all-important question, we've got to go and get into this game, haven't we? It's going to be a massive occasion for this football club. It's an event we didn't expect to have. And from 7th place, we've got a great chance of getting out of the National League 2 years ahead of schedule. Remember, at the start of this save, I set myself 2 years to get out of the National League South and then another 3 to get out of this league. So what we should have done in 5 years, we could be about to do in 3. But either way, this experience is going to be great for the lads. What we need to go and do is see how fit this team is. Have they got Glenn Middleton on the left wing? They're still spending their money, aren't they? He's on 2.2 thousand a week on loan from Middlesbrough. They have lost Paul Mullin now, of course, who Luton Town signed, but they're still a very good team. We're being suggested to rest Matthew Carson. Please don't be unfit. They are, do you know what? That's as good as we could have hoped for. Everyone's in decent nick at the minute. Barkers has done really well in these playoff games, and with Oshieng injured, he's going to have to stay in. The 16 basically picks itself. The only one on past experience you might want in is Dobson, because he's an okay penalty taker. He's great from set pieces, but he's well over the hill now. The squad is at its strongest. The players in the team are the best they can be. A bit of a dilemma between Harrison and Fernandes on the right wing, but we've talked about Harrison before. He came in because he's an experienced DFL player. He's won promotion multiple times. He's won promotion from this league. We've got to give him the game today. We've got a brilliant back four. Capecqua is at his best. Harbottle finally found a good performance against Newport. And in midfield, we've got to take a chance on Turner. When he's been at his best, he's been brilliant this year. And with the summer ahead, whether we go up or stay down, we want to get his transfer value up because he could be our first big sale. Victor Sedende is going to be crucial on 37 goals already this season. But this is our lineup to face Wrexham at Wembley Stadium for a place in the Football League. Gregory between the sticks was sublime against Newport. 13 saves and a clean sheet. Hewitt and Carson the fullbacks with Harbottle and Capecqua at centre-half. I tell you what, with how long Carson's been unfit for and the international duty he's had at times, he's going to really enjoy his summer break. Barkers, Brunt and Turner continue in the middle, Aguas and Harrison on the wing, and Sedende up front. The 37-goal man means it's the same 11 that we played against Newport. We're going to stick positive from the start. We might have to drop back on a big Wembley pitch, but this is make or break time in the series. Can we achieve our dreams early, and can we go professional? Change the save forever? We're 90 minutes away. Let's go and find out if we can do it. When we mention the players that they've got along the way, even the bench is just littered with top-class talent. Bingham was the top scorer for Ebbsfleet in the National League South the season we came up. Jordan Davis, Harry Lennon, very good players. Davis there in real life, of course. Billy Chadwick, currently on loan at Linfield in real life, banging in goals in Northern Ireland. They've got the likes of Dallison, who's a good defender. Craigan, we mentioned before. We had him at Arbroath in last year's head coach and in this year's mobile save, with differing levels of effectiveness. It's a great side. Even Glenn Middleton, a superstar for us at Cliftonville in FM20. He's a Football League player. What on earth is he doing in the 5th tier? I wonder if the Hollywood boys are still in charge. Should we go and have a quick look before we start? I'd imagine so, based on the amount of money they're spending. It is still Ryan and Rob, still the US and Canadian Hollywood double act. Let's go and get into our game at Wembley Stadium. It is a massive occasion. It's a massive moment. Let's go and see if we can deliver. I just noticed Ryan McDonald in a holding role too. Superstar for Torquay in FM19 with us. There's so many heroes from our channel in this side that it's bound to go wrong with at least one of them. These are the lineups. They've matched us up with a 4-3-3. They're trying to go a little bit more controlling. Whether we'll be able to stick with that policy, I don't know. Let's see how we start. Well, 12 minutes gone and no one really taking this game by the scruff of the neck. There's not been much in it so far. But Aguas gets it back to Carson, who delivers early. Oh, Harrison nearly scored at the back post. He is a natural striker. He's got those instincts and it almost counted for us there. We are starting to get on top on the stats, but only a couple of shots on target. Though maybe Wrexham are going to freeze. Don't forget, going into this final, all the pressure was on them. And now we've got another injury. And the problem is the natural replacement is Bandera and he looks apprehensive. So as big a call as this is, I'm going to bring on Harry Brook. I might live to regret this decision. He's not the best footballer of the two, but he's certainly the most confident at the moment. Half an hour gone, we're on top, but that is a big loss in the middle of the park. There's nearly 40,000 here at Wembley as well. You'd imagine there'll be a fair few more Wrexham fans here than Hemel Hempstead ones. Maybe they're freezing under the pressure. As Turner switches it to Harrison, it's a great ball. Back to Brook. Delivers for Barkers. Goes from distance. Oh my words. His first goal for the football club. And what a goal it is. Dylan Barkers from 30 yards. An absolute beauty of a strike. curled it, nestled it into the bottom corner, and the keeper from distance had no chance. He placed it, he didn't just hit a pile driver. And my word, are we going to do it again? We have battered Wrexham for half a game. We're unlucky it's only one. We've had more possession. We've dominated the shots. And we're the only side to have a shot on target. Dylan Barker's delivers, Lewis Brunt out injured. Maybe that Oshieng injury's a blessing in disguise, because I don't think I would have started Barker's before that. He's had to be very patient this year. He's barely had any football. And when it really matters, he's stepping up to the plate. He's 6'4" too, which won't harm us in this second half. So the only thing we can do is tell the lads to keep it up. They've been absolutely phenomenal. But Wrexham are surely going to come out the traps in this half. Surely they're going to have had a little bit of a hairdryer at half time. Surely they're not going to bottle the occasion again. There was a final in real life a couple of years ago as Wrexham have got a corner with Middleton. Free header at the back post off the line by Carson. But there was a final a couple of years ago in real life. It was the behind closed doors one. And Harrogate played Notts County. Battered them for half a game, were 2-0 up, and then it got nervy because they let in a free kick first minute of the second half, and from there, they had to hang on for about 10-15 minutes till John Stead came on. We haven't got that experienced John Stead-like figure on the bench. We haven't got that man who can deliver. The problem is, the worst player on the pitch at the moment is Sedende, and we're now starting to concede corners as it's into the front post. The first shot on target, and it's a free header for Jordan Davis. He's not even one of the tall ones. He's a winger off the bench. It shows the difference in substitutes available. And we're now going straight from the kickoff, so I can't even make a tactical tweak. This is where it starts to go wrong, isn't it? First goal conceded in the playoffs as Carson gets it at left back. We've got to remember we've dominated this game and build confidence. Carson to Kopekwa on the ball again, looking confident as Brook on a booking goes wide to Hewitt. He's got a man down the line in Harrison. Can he find him? He can't. He's forced backwards. And it's just that confidence to make the decision to take the forward option. That's what's disappearing as Brook gives it to Harrison. Oh, good save, Thomas. Almost delivered there. And he's just hoofed out for a throw-in. The defender sold him short on the rebound. But he makes amends. Davis is 5'10". Let's go and make some changes. 17 to go. I'm going to take off Oliver Turner. It's a risk, but I'm going to bring Bandera on now. We know he's apprehensive. We know he's not in the best of shape. But surely he can deliver. He has for much of the season. As Wrexham have another set piece. They've still only had one shot on target. They're not going to do it, are they? Elliott back to McDonald. Chips it over towards Bingham. Good header Harbottle. Harrison can break. Off you go. Mays it forward to Sedende. He's had an awful game. He goes from distance though. And nearly scores somehow. I've got to take him off. I have to take Victor Sedende off. Fernandez comes on. He goes to the right wing. Harrison up front. And after Sedende's had a brilliant year, can Harrison, the experienced man, do exactly what we've brought him in to do? We're going to stick positive, but we're going to encourage the lads because they're just looking a little nervy now. And we want one last push to try and avoid extra time. But look at those stats. It is absolutely criminal that we've not won this game. And it's one near post corner that's done the trick again. But in extra time we go. We're doing very well. And I believe in these lads. Have we got another sub? I think we have. But I haven't really got a substitute option that's any good. We've got Senga and we've got Wareham. I've got to do Senga for Harbottle. We've got to have fresh legs somewhere. Let's see if they can deliver. 10 shots on target into the 100th minute. But it's Wrexham who are looking the better at the moment. Davis has won another header, the 5'10" man. Bingham releases the bar. Oh, it's just over. Come on, lads. Don't go down with a whimper. We're demanding more. We've got no reaction out the lads. But we have got a throw down by the corner flag as Carson gives it to Aguas. Look to foul throw. Crosses blocked and away. And Kopekwa has got a chance to deliver it to Barkers, to Brook. Oh, Harry Brook, you absolute legend. It's his first goal of the season too. What a time. We thought we'd made a mistake bringing him on. He got the early booking. He was on tenterhooks. And everything would have suggested to bring Bandera on. But Harry Brook on because of the Brunt injury. And he might well have delivered the winner. It's been a frustrating year for him. Oh, two screamers. Barker sets up Brook. Brook sets up Barkers. And both of them get their first of the season. We are right in history here. And do you know what? The other two games, we've had to ride the storm. We've had to rely on Gregory, as Aguas should have mapped it up there. Good save by Thomas. But this game, We have been by far the better side, and we deserve nothing less than to be ahead. As Fernandes puts an in-swinging corner in, McDonald heads away, Davis can break. Do we stick or twist? Do we drop to balance now? We've got a throw on the left with Carson. We score another, we will. Aguas in, that's a penalty. Referee. Have we got the penalty taker set up right? Let's have a look. Ellis Harrison is the best penalty taker at the club, and he's on the pitch. We brought him in for moments like this. He scored a crucial winner from the spot against Havant and Waterlooville in the regular season, and he's missed a crucial penalty at Wembley Stadium, and that better not be costly. Fernandes back to Hewitt. Shots blocked for a corner. Oh, Ellis Harrison, you could have been a hero there, son. You would have just about wrapped it up. We've got a corner though with Fernandes. We've still got the chance to get the third. But my confidence is going. Back post to Harrison, who loses out in the air. And it's cleared as far as Senga. 9 minutes to cling on. The highlight's still going though. Back to Carson. We've been absolutely sensational. We've had 32 shots, 16 on target. And it boils down to 1 minute of stoppage time in extra time. You're going to hear a lot of mouse clicking now because we are going for the biggest time waste this channel has ever seen. Fullbacks on defend. Centre midfielder on support. Wingers, drop yourselves back in there. You are no longer wingers. You are wide midfielders. You are second fullbacks and nothing more than that. We're going to drop to cautious. We are going to time waste all the time. Keep the ball, pass it shorter. Be disciplined. Every single trick in the book is coming out now. Hold our shape, slow it down, and out of possession. We aren't pressing the keeper. We aren't pressing high. We are sitting back in our very own half. 1 minute of stoppage time separates us ridiculously from the Football League. 20 minutes to go in the final league game of the season. We thought it was over. Aldershot were in the playoffs. We'd bottled it. We get in on goals scored. And now we have won, somehow, the playoff final at Wembley. Hemel Hempstead Town are in the Football League. And even I don't quite know how that's happened. I was so sure we'd bottled it. I was so sure we hadn't made the playoffs. I was sure we were finishing 8th for the second year in a row. And despite that late penalty miss from Ellis Harrison, despite the fact we got battered by Newport in the game we somehow won in the semis, we've made it count. In the final against Wrexham, we saved probably our best performance of the season, and we deserve nothing less than the victory. Let's go and have a look at what that means. And then we'll prepare for what's going to be another crazy week in this series. An end of season review where we've got to look at some of the stuff behind the scenes. And then 2 days later, we'll have a transfer special for the Football League with Hemel Hempstead Town. That is absolutely sensational. They've got to be proud. It's a terrific season. It started awfully. We were level on points with the relegation zone after about 10 games. We had tactical experiments that failed and we got battered. And this is how it ends. I don't quite know how it's happened. League 2 is going to be very difficult. We're going to have to rush to turn pro, get people tied down, and we're probably going to have to change the wage bill a bit. And that's why I'm worried about the budgets coming before the final. I'm hoping we can edge them up now. We're getting suggestions for signings. I want to see what the Lewis Brunt injury is. It is 2 to 3 weeks. I'll live with that. There's going to be a big change around here because I know it's all about giving people a chance, but this isn't the same sort of victory, is it? We haven't gone up with massive momentum. We haven't gone up with a big squad like we did in the National League South. This was a little bit of a just about job. And we're going to need to improve to stay up in League 2. But somehow we're there. It's an incredible achievement. I don't even know what to say at this point. How on earth have we got promoted? Look at this start to the season. I've got to take you back just as a reminder. If we can get ourselves into the team stats, I just want to see the positions we were in as we went along. So after match day 7, that tactical experiment against Carlisle United, which we saw on camera, we picked up odd results, but it was an awful start to the season. The next time we were live, we dropped into the relegation zone again against Swindon. But the game after that, live on camera against Southend, we somehow got that ridiculous 4-0 win away from home. And that was the turning point. We never went below that place in the league again. And after a few more difficult games, we picked back up. You saw a lot of these big turning points on camera. The likes of the Yeovil and Kings Lynn win, which cemented us back in towards the top half. And that moment, on the penultimate day against Darlington, the first time we went into the playoffs. Until that point off camera, we had never got inside the top 8. We'd never even got to the position we finished last year. And then live against Darlington, we sneaked 7th. And somehow, despite getting battered 3-0 at Bromley, we managed to go up to the Football League and they stay down here in the National League. I'd put my money on them to win it next year. But that season is just about the most ridiculous I've ever experienced. From the epic highs to the ridiculous lows, to the throwing the toys out the pram and just trying anything and everything to get a result, to the jubilation at the end that we probably didn't deserve and we were 20 minutes away from not having on the final day. We are going to be back in 2 days' time with a season review. I'm not going to try and say anything else here because I don't have anything ready. We'll talk a little bit about some of those negative moments, the experiments we saw, and why on earth I shouldn't have ignored my own advice from the Data Hub special. And we'll talk about which of these lads are probably going to survive in the summer. There's a few players already pending to join us. We're going to be hoping we can stay up in the Football League. We've got to turn professional. We've got to get people down to contracts. It's going to be a busy summer, but it's one I wouldn't change for the world after the season we've had. If you did enjoy the episode, please do put a thumbs up on it. It does make a massive difference. Let me know in the comments how on earth this has happened. How did we even stay in the playoff places on the final day? And how did we recover? That Southend match, I'm so sure it was the turning point. And after the Swindon game, it was a double header on camera, wasn't it? We had no idea how it came about. We had no idea what caused it. But it was one of those days where everything just lined up. And we haven't looked back from that point on. Hemel Hempstead Town are a Football League side. If you want to see how they get on next season, we've got a transfer special in 4 days' time after the season review. Then please do subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. In the meantime, we've got a juicy end to the season in the head coach. We're having great fun over there as well. You can find a live stream series on Twitch where things maybe not quite so comfortable, and much, much more up in the eye above too. But a massive thank you for watching, for following along another season. What a moment for Hemel Hempstead Town Football Club. 2 years ahead of schedule, we head into the Football League. And I'll see you next time for the season review as we plan what on earth we're going to do with this football club. I'll see you there.